I've gone 10 steps too far. There's no going back. You're gonna find every excuse in the book not to do this, but you're gonna have to do it. I have been in Germany for 10 years, and there are some serious things that I did wrong when learning the language that I really wanted to share with you so that you didn't make the same very simple mistakes that I didn't have to make that would have made speaking German, learning German 1,000 times easier for me. Let's just jump straight into it. I'm going to give you guys my number one tip that you're going to hate me for. I know, and I totally understand. And you're gonna find every excuse in the book not to do this, but you're gonna have to do it. The biggest mistake that I made when learning the German language was absolutely hands down not learning it intensively when I first got here. I understand you have work, you have kids, you have other things to do than learn the German language, but I promise you that if you learn it intensively when you first get here, even for the first few months, you will notice that your life here in Germany becomes significantly easier, whether it's due to culture shocks or you're going grocery shopping and you just can't converse, maybe even making friends or getting your kids into school. All of these things become much, much easier, even just understanding German. So I would say definitely until A2, A2. Yes, you're gonna have to save up a little bit of money or put work on the side for now. Maybe it doesn't even seem possible, but find a way to do it because you will thank me for that later. I was too scared. I was like, no, I have to find a job. I don't have enough money. Granted, I did have enough money. I came to Germany with enough money to support myself for 2 years. I was just scared not to have the money coming in that I typically had. And that's what made me make this huge mistake. So again, you're gonna hate me for it. You're gonna probably roll your eyes at me and not even take this tip seriously. But this is going to be my number one tip that I give you in this entire video. If you take anything away from this, take that. All right, my second tip for you, think about learning German before you come to Germany. Now, don't get scared when I say that because I'm not saying take an intensive course before. If you want, you certainly can, but have a little fun with the language. Get to understand the way that the sentences are built. Just get a grasp for the language. Understand how to say, ich heiße Jenna. Wie geht's dir? Ich habe Hunger. Was soll ich bestellen? Wie viel kostet das? Ich bin müde. Ich fühle mich leider nicht so gut. Very basic terms will get you very, very far in Germany in the first weeks of your life, because I hate to break it to you, the first weeks of your life in Germany are the hardest. They are going to be 1,000 times harder than the rest of your life in Germany. Hence why I built up this entire welcome program for you to get you through all of the nitty-gritty and sticky, difficult stuff at the beginning of your journey in Germany to fast track you to actually being able to have fun. So if you understand a little bit of the language beforehand, by having fun with it, by playing some games and some apps, there's tons that you can explore. But another really unique way that is very relaxed, especially if you're working and you're busy leading up to your days moving to Germany, would be to watch German TV or movies. If you want to go one step further, there is a platform that I have mentioned before called Lingopie, and it is game-changing when it comes to being able to chill and watch TV, but also learn a language. You can kind of think of it like the Netflix of language learning. Basically, you can turn TV shows into language lessons. And although I've been here for 10 years, this is actually a tool that I still use. I'm able to watch shows like Dark, which is one of my favorite series. I've mentioned that in a video before when I talked about some of the best movies that you can watch to learn the German language. Watching Dark, for example, or watching All Quiet on the Western Front, which is another really good German film. And you get to watch it in its original format. There's nothing worse than dubbing. Oh my God. So you can actually even integrate your Netflix into Lingopie and watch your Netflix shows, but also learn the German language. They offer it in 9 different languages. They have over 3,000 different movies and TV shows. And then on top of that, they offer all these different tools and features that are incredible. You can actually select your level, whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced. That is going to change the speed of the video. So you can actually slow it down if you're just learning German. And when you're watching the show, you can actually add the words that you don't know to a list of words that you would like to learn, and then go back after the show and go through all of those words. You can practice repetition through the use of their flashcards. You can choose to watch the movie just with subtitles, or to actually have this screen on the right hand side that is going to show you all of the sentences that are coming up and that have just passed. When you click on the word, it will automatically translate that back into English for you or your original language so that you understand it better. It will give you that instant translation, but it can also give you a translation breakdown. Explain if it's a noun or a pronoun, if it's singular. And you can even play sentences on auto loop so you get a better understanding of them. You can practice saying the words yourself. You can listen to the pronunciation, and you can even take part in their quizzes during the show or after the show if you want. And the quizzes are based all on the words that you are currently wanting to learn. There is a lot of option and a lot of ability to customize your learning experience when you're watching your TV show or movie. So if you want to have fun learning a language while also just watching TV and chilling at home, then I would definitely suggest taking their 7-day trial, seeing if it works for you. But of course, if you also want to save a bit of money because you think, yeah, Jenna, this is exactly my type of thing, I will leave the discount code down below for you guys. And this discount is going to get you 70% off their lifetime plan. Because trust me, even 10 years later, you're still going to be using it. All right, tip number 3 for you guys. This is going to be very important. Also kind of a boring one. You're going to be like, Jenna, I don't want to do it. And I was really lazy and I just kind of pushed it to the side and I didn't focus on it and I didn't want to learn anything about it. And that is the German grammar. Fact of the matter is German grammar sucks. Like, it is so hard to understand. I've been here for 10 years and my grammar is awful. I can have a full fluent 2-hour conversation with you in the German language, but I'm gonna make 1,000 grammar mistakes. This is like my biggest pet peeve now. This is where I feel the most self-conscious when I'm speaking. My grammar is just not correct. And when I go to try to relearn it 10 years later, it's even harder than it would have been had I have just focused at the very beginning to take the time to fully understand the grammar and the whole process of sentence building in German. Because now it's just like I've gone 10 steps too far and I feel like there's no going back. There definitely is a way. I know one-on-one training is going to be the most important thing for me here, but avoid that and just put some work and elbow grease into learning the grammar from the get-go. It will save you a lot of stress in the long run. Tip number 4 I have for you, you need to get social. You need to get out there. You need to join some clubs. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm a little bit nervous. You know, I would like to meet some English friends at first. What if they judge me? What if they think I'm ignorant for not learning the language? These are all things that went through my head at the beginning and all reasons why I didn't make German friends from the get-go. It took me 5 years to make my first best friend who's German, who I could actually have German conversations with. But being in these clubs, trust me, the confidence that you need at the beginning, yes, is a lot. But if you can get over that hurdle and just be like, screw it, I don't care what they think of me. I want to play football. I'm going to join football. I'm going to play softball. I'm going to join a theater group. If you can get through that hump, this will be one of the best ways that you can actually keep up learning the language and speaking the language, because speaking is the most important thing when it comes to actually being able to progress. You need to keep speaking. You need to speak every day, no matter how stupid it makes you feel, because that is where you're going to find you're making the most advancements. I've mentioned in videos before, you know, the easiest ways to learn German. One of them was just going to a pub, having a couple beers, relaxing in a cool environment, and just speaking the language without caring who thinks what of me. So whatever makes you kind of lay back, calm down, and just speak without worrying about what other people think of you, do it. And then my last tip for you guys, have fun with the German language. Easier said than done, I know. But like I said, you're joining these clubs, you're finding other Germans in the area, you're practicing speaking German. Have fun with it and don't put too much stress on yourself. This is one thing that I've constantly done time and time again. I still do it, so I know it's a bit hypocritical of me to say you should do it now. If you don't put so much pressure on yourself, it's a lot easier to learn the language. I actually just kind of gave up entirely a few years ago because I have 2 kids now. I'm tired. I have every excuse in the book not to learn the language. And you know what? I feel like I've learned more German in the last few years, more natural German, more conversational German, because I just kind of sat back and was like, okay, that's it. I'm not going to a one-on-one class. I haven't had a one-on-one tutor in the last little while. I've been testing and trialing different language courses for you guys, different language apps, different language games, because it's fun for me, but there's no pressure. I don't put any pressure on myself to say, okay, Jenna, you have to finish this level by this time, otherwise you're not gonna make it. No. Relax, enjoy it. Yes, it's important to learn the language when you first get started in Germany. Even if you're moving to Berlin, everybody speaks English, but you're going to understand the culture and the German people a lot better when you speak their language. They're also going to appreciate you a lot more. Okay, enough of a pep talk for you guys. I hope this has helped. These have been my biggest mistakes living here in Germany and learning the German language. So take those, implement them into your journey here, and let me know if you have any questions. Vielen, vielen lieben Dank und wie immer, bis später.